What happened to the hammer? What happened to the hammer? What happened to the vacated wins? Where are they? They're invisible. Nowhere to be found. Oh my goodness. Ohio State fans, Michigan State fans, your time has come. The day has arrived. The hammer has been dropped. What was the hammer though? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh man, what a day. What a day. Yo, Buckeye Scoop. Buckeye Scoop. How you doing? How are you doing on this fine Friday, August 15th, 2025? How are you doing, man? Oh, man. The last, almost 2 years, you've been tweeting, Michigan's getting the hammer. Their championship will be vacated. Everything will be gone. And the Michigan program will be tarnished forever. All we got was a $20 million fine and no revenue for our next 2 postseason appearances. Connor Stalions, 8-year no-show clause. Jim Harbaugh, 10-year no-show clause. And Sherrone Moore, 3 games suspended for Central Michigan this year, Nebraska this year, and a game next year. That's all it was. That's all it was. And I knew that's all it would be. I knew it. And so did almost every Michigan fan out there. Knew that's what it was going to be. It wasn't going to be anything crazy. Someone that works with the NCAA, I don't know what rank he is. He said last year, Michigan won the Natty fair and square. That came out last year. So what was going to change? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The day is finally here where we could put all of this in the past. All of it. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. The punishments for the hammer that was dropped was a no-show clause for 10 years for Jim Harbaugh, no-show clause for 8 years for Connor Stalions, a $20 million fine, no postseason revenue for the next 2 years, and Sherrone Moore's getting suspended for 3 games, which 2 of the games are Central Michigan and Nebraska this year, and then 1 game next year. That's all it was. That's all it was. And I knew this would happen. I knew nothing crazy was going to come out of this. I knew it, and so did every Michigan fan, right? I've had to hold off on my thoughts about this whole situation for almost 2 years. Ever since the news dropped on that Thursday in the last week of October in 2023, the week that Michigan beat Michigan State 49-0. That's the week that the news came out. And yeah, the argument I have for 2023 in specific is that was the cleanest national championship ever. The cleanest one. You look at Michigan's first half of their schedule in that 2023 season. It was easy. Their only hard games on that schedule all year were Penn State and Ohio State. And that was in the back half of the season once everything was exposed. And guess what? Once everything was exposed, we went into Happy Valley without a head coach and beat Penn State 24-15. We go to the Big House 2 weeks later, beat Ohio State 30-24. Get into the playoff as a 1 seed. Have to face Alabama. Beat them in the Rose Bowl. And then went on to just manhandle Washington in the Natty, 34-13. That's all it was. That's all that Michigan team did after everything was exposed. Play without a head coach against their 2 hardest opponents in the regular season and still won. Had, I think, 13 or 14 draft picks in that following draft, and then another 3 first-rounders in this year's draft, along with Will Johnson, who should have been a first-rounder. Should have been, but unfortunately wasn't because GMs were too afraid of his injury. He's been balling out in training camp, though. So, where's the argument for the 2023 season? Where is it? Now, let's go back to the 2021 and 2022 seasons now. There's definitely an argument there. There's an argument for all these Buckeye fans, Spartan fans. There's an argument to be made in 21 and 22. Here's where I counter it. And I will go straight to both Ohio State games to counter it. Does Aiden Hutchinson running through a motherfucker's throat, that offensive tackle that he manhandled and pushed to the ground on that one pass rush, does that have to do anything with sign stealing? No. No, it doesn't. Does Cornelius Johnson catching a 10-yard pass on a curl route and then spinning off the OSU guy after he catches it, running down the sideline for another 60 yards for basically a 70-yard touchdown, does that have anything to do with sign stealing? Does Cornelius Johnson on the next drive, does him breaking the guy's ankles on a post route, him catching the ball wide open, JJ dropping it right into the bucket, have anything to do with sign stealing? No! Donovan Edwards running for 150 yards in the fourth quarter, getting by everyone. Does that have anything to do with sign stealing? No. Michigan beat them on the field. Beat them within those white lines. Beat them on the road by over 20. What did Mikey Moore say on the sideline? You're weak as fuck! You're weak as fuck! That's all it is. That whole fan base is weak. Weak! No wonder why they weren't in my comment section at all for the 4 wins in a row that Michigan has over them now. The only way I had to get them to my channel was by making a reaction video to the Ohio State Notre Dame National Championship game. That was the only way I could get them to my channel. And then they're all in my comments there. Oh, we didn't have to cheat for a natty. Didn't have to cheat. That's what happens when you don't cheat. That's what happens. You guys faced a Michigan team earlier in that year at your place that was unranked 6-5 and lost to them 13-10. So you can't come at me. You can't come at me because my team beat your team the season you won a natty, and that Ohio State team had 2 regular season losses. 2 of them. You can't come at me. You can't. Ever since I've been making videos, Michigan fan reaction videos, I'm 4-0 against you guys. 4-0. I'm undefeated. Undefeated. You can't come after me. None of that shit phases me, bro. None of it. And to any Ohio State or Michigan State fan that is not delusional, I'm not going after you. I'm not going after you. I'm going after the ones, the Buckeye Scoops of the world, all the other accounts on Twitter or Instagram for the last almost 2 years that have been tweeting out day after day, the hammer's getting dropped. Michigan's time will come. Their program will be tarnished. They will have an asterisk next to their name forever. The wins will be vacated. Those are the people I'm coming after today. So the Ohio State fans and Michigan State fans that have a brain, shout out to you. Shout out to you. There's not that many. But I know there's some of them out there. There's some of them out there, but I know there's not that many of you. If I smoked, I would be outside recording this video right now, smoking a cigar. Like every Ohio State fan and Michigan State fan packed up in that cigar would be smoking on them. So, this is just again, what a day. What a day. Could finally just put all this in the past, not even think about it anymore. Man, oh man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you guys are new. We're on the road to 2.5K. We got college football in a couple weeks. I have a video up on the screen right now of my top 10 favorite Michigan games ever. So go watch that video if you haven't yet. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.